Good morning, everyone. Pita Taufatofua here. I am just over in Brisbane. As you can see, I've got my fishing rod there. I was actually out fishing when I heard the news of the tsunami. So threw the fishing rod in the car, and I've been working ever since. So I just wanted to give you all the update this morning. I've just gone across on my other Facebook page, and after this I'll be going across to my Instagram page to give an update. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. There still is no formal contact with Tonga. So all of the communication lines have been down, and the belief is that that's due to a submarine cable. There's a submarine cable that services Tonga, and it services many islands in the Pacific. And we believe that that's been severed. It's been cut somewhere, either from the volcanic eruption or from the tsunami afterwards. So there's no real information coming out of Tonga with regards to that. The information that is coming out is from a satellite phone. It seems that Peter Lund, who is the acting High Commissioner for New Zealand in Tonga, he has a satellite phone. And he's been able to give some level of an update, and the update has just been it's been quite broad. It's been about basically the big issues, and one of the big things that he has said is that all of Tonga Tapu being the mainland of Tonga, is covered in a layer of ash. It's covered in a layer of ash. And this is a pretty big deal for a country where most of our drinking water is from rainwater. So we have rainwater tanks. So the government has asked the Tongans in Tonga to start, if they can start the cleanup process, to stay at home. There's still a tsunami warning. So there's still an alert. The volcanic activity is, and we've been reading studies that it may not be over. We're hoping that was it, but there are still indicators that the volcanic activity is still there and could still be going. Whether that's short term, medium term, or long term, we don't really have an indication of that just yet. So there's still a tsunami alert warning for Tonga. So basically, the boats can't really go up. That said, I have heard that one of the naval ships in Tonga is heading across to Ha'apai. So for those who don't know, Ha'apai is one of the major groups of Tonga Tapu. There's Tonga Tapu, Ha'apai, Vava'u, the Niuas, and Ewa. And the Navy ship is heading across there to see what the damage is, to see where help can be, if any help can be rendered there. I have heard that locals in Tonga are able to communicate with each other locally, but they can't. There's been no internet, no email, no social media posts, and this is one of the, I guess it's probably one of the, maybe frustrations is the wrong word, but the tsunami happened and then communication went straight out. So there hasn't been much footage to share with the rest of the world. And because there's been no communication, and I think it's important for us to understand that a tsunami hit and that there will be major damage. Unfortunately, we can't show some of that damage to get more assistance ready. That said, the fundraiser that I've put up, and I know that there are a lot of people around the world who have shared this. There have been tens of thousands of people have shared this fundraiser, and it's only just getting started. It's kicking off. I've been working non-stop on not just on the fundraiser. This morning I was out here, I had a training session, and then I've been doing interviews non-stop to try and bring awareness to Tonga. I know it's frustrating for a lot of us Tongans and a lot of people overseas. A lot of Tongans are missing their family. They don't know who's safe and who's, if someone's missing in Tonga, or what damage has been done. But I wanted to keep working, and I know that a lot of you watching and a lot of the Tongans around the world are working hard, because it's important for us to know that when the communication lines open, that everyone in Tonga knows that we were standing by them, even though we're not there in the islands. That they know that we were there bringing awareness, that we're trying to raise funds for the rebuild, that we're sharing and just trying to help our little country as best we can. That's the best that we can do without actually being there. In terms of, so I've had a lot of messages, people asking about my father and family. I haven't heard from or about my father or from any of my family who are over in Ha'apai. But this is a case for many Tongans around the world. I really don't want this to be just about me and my family. This has happened to all Tongans in Tonga, and there's many families. So I'll just leave it at that. But I haven't heard any news in terms of the GoFundMe fundraiser. We've at the time of me speaking to you, we've raised close to 170,000. And we're just getting started. For those who have been through a cyclone, you know that the damage is going to be in the tens to hundreds of millions of dollars. And if we can put some sort of a dent on that, then I feel that I feel that that's the best that we can do, and that would mean a whole lot to the people in Tonga. When I started the fundraiser, I was, if we raised $10, if we raised $10, $15, I would have been so happy, because that meant that we could feed a family, we would give them food. But now it's really starting to take off, and now we're starting to think of the projects that we can do to help. Obviously, we can't give more information on the specifics of what projects all of your donations will be going to, because we don't actually have the communication open with Tonga just yet. Once the communication opens, then it'll be based on a needs assessment. We'll have a team on the ground looking at where those funds will be best suited. For those who have seen the fundraiser, it's over on GoFundMe. One of the things that I'm really looking at is initially hospitals. So hospitals and schools. If there's any damage to schools, for those who don't know, I'm a UNICEF ambassador, and it's important to me that the kids can get back to school. But at this moment, we don't know what that damage is. If any schools are damaged, or if many schools are damaged. So what we do know is that all of your funds, all of your support will be used for the recovery in Tonga. It's not going to be a day, it's not going to be a week. From what I saw footage-wise, it's going to take, it'll take weeks, months, maybe even a year to work on that recovery process. So all of your funds will be used for this. For those who have shared, I understand that it's a very tough time for people around the world, and I understand that it's hard for people to, that the times are tough financially. But I just wanted to let you all know that not only myself, but we all appreciate those who don't have funds, but who are sharing the fundraiser, but also those who are just sending out their thoughts and their prayers, not just to myself, but to any Tongans that you know. It means a lot to us to know that there are people around the world standing with us. Tongans are the most resilient people you'll ever meet, but it means a whole lot more also knowing that there are people standing with us. And I know that all of you guys are standing with the Tongans around the world. So if you can, reach out to any Tongans that you know, let them know you're thinking of them. And if you can, as more footage, when footage starts to come out, we're going to need as much help as we can to share and to show, I guess, the impact of the volcanic eruption followed by the tsunami. I mean, it's a double whammy, right? We get hit by a volcanic eruption, which from a satellite looks huge, followed then by a tsunami. So it's not a good week for Tonga, but the Tongan spirit is strong, and I guys, I know that the Tongan spirit is strong, and I know that the people in Tonga will be working hard with each other, but I'm sure they'll be doing it with a smile as best as they can. As more updates come in, I will let you know. We're praying that everyone in Ha'apai is safe, but we'll find out more once the Tongan Navy ship gets across. And I believe that there is an Australian and a New Zealand flight which is trying to get through to do some surveillance and reconnaissance over Tonga to see what some of the damage is. For those who don't know, it's been very difficult for planes to come in, or next to impossible. Flights get cancelled when volcanic ash goes in the air. As you can imagine, goes in the engines, and then you've got another catastrophe. So I understand that a lot of the flights can't get in. So guys, I'm doing well. For those who've just kind of tuned in, I'm here in my car, just finished a number of interviews, here in my car with my fishing rod. I was out fishing when this happened, but I've been working ever since, and so have many Tongans and all of you guys around the world. So I appreciate you all. I've got another line of interviews to get to continue spreading the awareness about what's happening in Tonga, and to prepare for when communication opens, so that when communication opens, we can have the funds, we can have the whatever it is that we need to help the people, and for them to know that we are still here with them. So sending all of our prayers to everyone in Tonga. I will leave a link to the fundraiser below. If you can share, if you can help in any way, it's all greatly appreciated. So guys, again, this is Pita Taufatofua, sending you all my love, and I appreciate all of you. Ofato.